Hey, Verna here. I have to first of all let you know that there is going to be no number 12 on the 13th. I took a day off. I was busy doing stuff. But today, what is today? Today will be the 13th. The 13th on the 14th. And today's um, Christmas cheer is about hope because that's actually what this whole um, holiday Christmas season is about, you know, the birth of Jesus and how hope suddenly springs up inside of people who've been living in a great darkness, right? Well, I wanted to share a personal story that Bob and I, Bob being my husband, have experienced over the last month and a half. Bob and I live in a property that's on the corner of a rural part of Escondido, which is San Diego County, California. And we have a white split rail fence around the corner of the property. So, about a month and a half ago, um, a gentleman and his son were coming from up the hill and coming down to our corner because we're in a little bit of a hilly area. They were coming down, and the son saw all of a sudden he saw a rabbit coming out of the bushes. Dad, watch out! So Dad did watch out for the rabbit, but unfortunately, his truck decided to take a side trip into our split rail fence, knocking out not only a third of the fence, if not more, but the hedges that were behind the fence. And he ended up actually looking like he was parallel parked in the middle of our yard. Our yard is hidden from the most of the street by a 15-foot hedge I forget what kind of honeysuckle that it is, but so anyway, we don't have those bushes there anymore. We don't have the fence there anymore. And over the course of the last month, it was determined that unfortunately the gentleman's insurance had taken a little bit of a breather and he didn't have the coverage for it. So he and his 15-year-old son and a good friend of theirs, a pastor at their church, they made good on their promise to redo our fence. However, we gave them a little bit of a run for their money because while we were waiting, unbeknownst to either Bob or myself, our wheels were turning and we began to think how we could see this differently going forward. And instead of just replacing the fence, what could we do to make it more special for our neighborhood? And so what we ended up doing is designing. So we're on the corner, right? So there's a driveway here, and then this is the corner. So we made the fence that he had to redo some of it because it had been all kitty wampus. So we brought it together, but in the very middle, where it actually lines up with our front door in our house, we kept it open. And then we used an arch that was actually given to us by our grandson Trent and his wife Grace from their wedding. And then we created this little niche. And we put a little bench there, and we put a little chair there, and we put a little tree there. And then we created these ornaments. Bob actually went and found about 8 different quotes that he felt were inspirational and hopeful. And so we created these. And since they have to be outside, we tried to laminate them. I'm going to tell you, I'm not a crafter, but it's the heart that counts, right? And so now we have these out there, and we're asking people to take one, right? Take an ornament. But the other thing that we're telling them that they can do is make a wish. And so we have some paper out there and some colored pencils out there and a little container out there for people to be able to make a wish. And it has been so amazingly gratifying to see our neighbors. And, you know, it's a big spread out rural kind of a community here. And so you see people walking their dogs or walking all the time, but you kind of forget because then you don't see them for a little bit. And so we have had so many people stop by. First of all, when it happened, the accident, the 15-year-old son said, I've never seen such nice people. they were stopping. Are you okay? Do you need a ride? Is everybody good? Because they saw the truck in our front yard, right? No, everybody's good. Everybody's good. And then when we began to redesign it, and after they rebuilt it, which was just this Saturday, people are like, wow, we really like this. Thank you for doing this. And so we have been gifted by their acceptance of this idea of, as they say, making lemonade out of lemons, not worrying about the fact that whether they would follow through or what was going to happen with the insurance or whatever. When they were here building the fence, we gave them pizza, we gave them cookies. It feels very, very positive out of what could have been, like an ugly person scenario. So I just wanted to share that with you. And there are pictures on my social media. Well, maybe there aren't yet. Maybe I haven't actually put as many out there as I thought I had. So yeah, you might not have seen them. But anyway, I will put the ones because we put the lights back on the new fence and we have the archway lit up. And so I will be posting that one. And lastly for today, I wanted to read something that came out of Bob's soul. And this is a message that I will be posting. He speaks my language. I could have never written this. I find it channeled. He just really amazingly brought forth what I think. I don't know. We'll see if you agree. If not, that's okay. But this is our Christmas Manifesto 2020. Thanks to Bob and Spirit. Christmas Message 2020. Let's learn to live together again. Let's beat COVID-19 together. Let's talk to each other with respect. Conservative to independent to liberal. Rich to middle class to the struggling. Youth to adult to the elderly. All races, all cultures, all sexual orientations. Let us not use hate to separate our humanity from each other. There are those who live in hate and may never come around, but there are enough of us to beat the drum for life with respect and a love for one another. We are love. We are peace. We can and will become the humanity we should be. Our potential is limitless. We need to share our stories with each other. Listen with open minds. Let our hearts beat true. Let our souls soar to accept all who speak with and to us. We can all evolve. We can all change. We can all learn to be a little more human. Life has its tough and terrible moments, but life can be a rainbow most of the time if we choose it. You just have to realize how precious you are, how precious we all are. It took a lot of ancestors to get us to this place at this time. Your choice. Embrace it with a smile or wallow in the sludge. Your choice, your dime. I can't make the choice for you. When we leave this earth, what do we want to leave behind? Let's leave memories of love, of caring and sharing. Let's plant seeds of love and friendship. Let's watch as these seeds grow so that there are more and more of us. A humanity that sends heartfelt love and peace to our families, to our neighborhoods, to our country, to our world, and even to our universe. There you go. And this is a longer video, but I think it's worth it. All right, everybody. Merry Christmas cheer.